now we are.
Okay, let's refresh that. Naturally, we're just in that weird time period where we're not synced up. I'm just posting Eddie's birthday thing as well before I do this. Okay, so where did I just put YouTube? Go away. Maybe later. Okay. Let's have a look. Did you already put the cover art on there, did you say? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Good morning, Hunter and Xander and Caustic Viper and Sarah. Welcome, welcome.
Okay. Alright, that's that. Okay, let's get the whoring going. Welcome, folk.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Sarah, it's because Adam's clocks have changed and ours don't change for the month. So it's that weird little time period between where we're out of whack.
Tyler, hello. It was good to meet you in person. Thank you for joining us. Kissy3L says, hey guys, love to hear more about the Texas alien incident. Also playing Hunting Grounds right now. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was glad to go out there, even if it was, flying to Texas for just a day. I eat that stuff up, so it was really cool. Very well themed. I know some were thinking maybe we'd get a trailer on that same day, but I guess they're drawing out this viral marketing a bit.
I really wasn't expecting one. I really wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd get one either, but we have to get one before Alien Day, it would seem.
Well, I mean, I suppose it depends again on when we're gonna, when we're actually gonna start releasing the show.
Yeah. Xander, we lost an hour, so we moved forward. UK has not yet, so. All the UK people in here or Europe people in here will be like, why are you guys going early?
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, we weren't going to win with everybody. Alright, that's on Threads, that's on Twitter.
Caustic Viper says, was fun watching that. Can only imagine how that experience was in person. Thank you for sharing the experience with us, Adam. All thanks. I'm actually doing a more extensive write-up on it with better photos that I took. So look for that probably tomorrow or the next day if Aaron cracks his whip hard enough.
I literally, there is no motivation good enough to get you to do things as fast as that. My disappointment does not affect him at all, Stream. It really doesn't. I keep telling him if this was a paid fucking gig, I'd have fired him long ago.
Oh, come on now. It'll be up soon.
This week.
And it is a paid gig. Oh, staff drama. That's right.
It's not really drama though, is it?
No.
Okay. Alright, I'm just going to share it to some of the groups, bud, and then we can attempt to play.
Yes. Emphasis on attempt. So we are playing Predator Hunting Grounds again. Or at least, as Aaron said, attempting to, because the last few times we have tried to stream Predator Hunted Grounds, we did not have too much luck. But this game is still cool. This game is still fun. I have hope for this game. They just came out with a new DLC Predator, another Egyptian Predator. Let me switch over so you guys can see here.
Was this the male Egyptian
Yes.
Predator?
Anubis Predator.
Oh, I nearly forgot to share to Discord.
Lucy says, how do you feel about the fate of Monolith? It's very disappointing because Monolith was probably one of my favorite studios growing up. I mean, there's a lot of their games I didn't play, like the No One Lives Forever games and Blood, but I loved, I mean, obviously AVP 2 is how I was introduced to them, but Fear and Fear 2, like Fear 2 remains one of my most favorite shooters of all time, pretty much. And Condemned 1 and 2 I also really loved. Condemned 1 and 2 they don't get recognized as much for, I think, but those games are really cool horror games that I loved, that I needed to go through again.
Okay, I've joined your party, buddy.
Okay, I don't know who else has joined us.
Is it that Kissel? Because Kissel said in the comments, may I join your fire team again?
I'm not sure, but sure, why not? We have an open fire team, so if this wasn't you that hopped in here, go ahead and hop in.
They said
oh,
it is.
Okay, good. Good to know.
Yeah, I'm disappointed to hear that Monolith shut, of course. Pretty much, the same reasons as Adam. AVP 2 was a ginormous part of my early days of the fandom. I played and enjoyed AVP Classic. It was another one of those ones that absolutely terrified me at the time. But 2 was the one where, I really got into it. I played a lot of multiplayer. I remember the days of chatting to people on text on the servers, and just talk about the films in there and the comics and etc. in there, and like all the custom stuff. And the amount of times I played through the single player as well. But I never really played a lot of their other bits and pieces. Was Second Sight them? It's one I always can't remember. Second.
They didn't do Second Sight. That was that Free Radical that did Second Sight? I think that was Free Radical.
Free Radical, yeah, you're right. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't really play a lot of Monolith's other stuff. So to me, Monolith was just AVP 2. But yeah, I mean, I'm gutted they're gone. Nobody deserves to get sacked off like that, especially with the state of the gaming industry at the minute.
Yeah, it seems developers are being punished for success now. I mean, if you look at the Marvel Rivals situation, not to get too into this depressing topic, but I just watched a video by Alana Pierce that was talking about just the state of the games industry and stuff, and the layoffs have gotten just so excessive, and I don't know how much of it was just companies really investing in gaming during COVID and maybe like pulling back now, but it just seems like, hey guys, you got to stop being so short-sighted. You have to let developers grow and be able to make better games. You can't expect everything to be Fortnite with every release and then just end everything when it's not, So it's just, as a gamer and as someone who is a creative and supports creatives, it's insanely frustrating, and it seems like the issue has only gotten worse.
Don't want that. Okay. Sarah says, did you see they've listed the group photo for Aliens at Liverpool Comic Con? Yes, Sarah, I have. And I wept.
And my wallet has seen it as well.
I've not. I still haven't brought myself tickets for it because I can't stomach the prices. But you know what? When we're done here, I'm gonna have to add it all to the cart and see how much it actually is, and see whether my wallet will stomach it.
We're looking for pig
I'm getting a
carcasses.
little slow down here, so I am going to
Trafficking through the livestock.
turn down a few things here real quick.
Hostiles have been confirmed.
Without crashing the game, hopefully.
Pistol says, yeah, AVP 2's Marine campaigns was pants shit and scary. Caustic Viper says, AVP 2's Marine campaign was the only one I was scared to play when I was 9. You see, don't get me wrong, like I said, AVP 2 was super fucking important to me. But it's not the one that I was super scared of. You know, it was, I always found Classic scarier. Ow.
Oh, we got a sweat.
Don't get me wrong, like the first couple of missions I thought were very atmospheric, but I do think the cel-shaded graphics of 2 let it down a little bit. But then again, you know, as a queen, what scared you back then and what scares you now? Like Trilogy used to scare the shit out of me in my preteens.
Yeah, EVP 1 I thought was pretty scary. Oh, that game has such good music though.
Oh, Rich Ragsdale is just fucking phenomenal.
He didn't do Alien Trilogy as well, did he?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Were you talking about Trilogy?
Little subject change back again.
Oh, right. I don't remember the composer of Trilogy offhand, I'll be honest. Something to look up, actually.
So there's been a lot of alien stuff lately, so we thought maybe it was time for a little bit of Predator. Gotta show Predator some love.
Indeed.
Even though it will be a big Predator year as well. It will be a big Predator year after alien stuff, I imagine. Obi John Kenobi, hello, welcome to the stream.
Thanks. Yeah.
I'm up. Help these guys up.
Oh no, we've lost Kissel. This is a good Predator.
Did he get second winded? I think he did.
I'm not sure. Rob Harvey says the...
Nope.
Oh, ow. Yeah, I'm down. Rob Harvey says the build-up in the AVP2 campaign was good, shitting myself with the blips on the motion tracker. Yeah, that first mission was super atmospheric. Like, really well paced and really tense.
I got one down.
Custy Viper says it was mainly the mission where you enter the hive solo to rescue the doomed marine that put me off. The next up runner drone. Yeah, that was all part of the first part of it. Sarah says it's only slightly cheaper than the individual photos, but not by much. Then you have entry, plus they'll get massive guests now and start to think it will be a crappy experience trying to move around the venue. It was a bit crap a few years ago, venue-wise. Yeah. I'm just going to add it all in the cart, just see how much it makes me cry, and then try and decide whether to go for it or not. I mean, it's super tempting, because I've never met Paul Reiser, and I've got the poster for him to sign, I've got one of the CCG for him to sign, because my CCG frame hasn't had a new person added to it for a long time. The last person on there was Veronica Cartwright, and that was years and years ago. I don't think I've really been to any conventions this decade. I used to be at them religiously before.
Oh. For some reason, the game is not switched over to the spectator view, and I am just stuck here, dead on the ground.
Sander says, I have an AVP short film to pitch you guys.
Ooh. Always down to hear AVP ideas.
And then he also says, I'd love to see a fan remake of AVP 2, as in the fans remake the game in something modern. Rob Harvey says, I think the dynamic lighting in AVP Classic is what did it for me. Yeah, it had destructible lights as well, which was something they did in 2010. Noah Turtle, welcome. Ashy Slashy says, does Dark Descent still get updates? I'm afraid not.
Unfortunately, as good as that game was, I don't know. I mean, I'm of two minds about it because yes, it is nice to have an old school, hey, here's the complete game experience. But it would have been nice to have some more DLC as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. I wish they'd have brought out some sort of map maker for it. And Lucy says, not to be callous, but do you think this makes an AVP2 remaster more or less likely? Probably makes it more unlikely.
Yes. No, I think it makes it more likely because
I don't know, because then it's going to be, the rights are going to be even more complicated.
the rights were going to be that complicated anyway. But now with the attention on Monolith, just because of their demise as a studio, oh, he let us come back just so he can kill us all. One sec, guys. Sorry, heated battle.
Jump down. Nope. Can't remember what a bound is melee then. Nope, I'm down.
No. Where is this guy?
Seems a lot. Oh, he's been second winded now.
Yeah, we gotta chase him down. End him.
Xander says, yeah, new engine and everything. The problem with the fan projects is they just very rarely get finished. You know, the amount of times people have tried to remake AVP Extinction.
Well, we should probably just get to objective. I haven't found him.
I'm dead. I'm watching you.
But to finish my thought, I think it's more likely because you have the Good Old Games preservation program now, and they've been good, I think, at navigating those rights. And AVP2 it's one of the top voted for games now, and it got more votes after Monolith's demise. Now
Is
Warner
this
Brothers is a
voting thing on GOG.
Yes, it's their new, I think it's called the Dream List or something. And I did a post about that on our socials recently with the AVP2 listing, but that has almost 40,000 votes, I think. So if you'd like to see that, be sure to vote for it on their preservation program on the Dream List, and hopefully they can figure out those rights. But the one thing that would give me pause is Warner Brothers is a particularly scummy and terrible company these days, especially since the Discovery merger. So I don't know. I don't know if they would be willing to do anything good these days, really. So a lot of it's going to be dependent on that because it is rights between three companies. And so,
But then with Monolith actually being shut down now, though, how does that?
Yeah, there's the question of who owns the Lithtech engine at that point.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
But I have to imagine if Monolith's not owned by them anymore and they've dissolved Monolith, then maybe that would be less of a barrier.
Would he be vaporware at that point?
I don't know. That's a big question. So I think on some level you'd still need their approval, but if the demand's there for it, and if there is a big AVP push with content in the future, then I could see it happening, especially if Disney flexes some corporate muscle, you know? But are they going to do that for an old game like that? That's the question. Crawling Chaos asks, aren't you guys starting early today? For the UK and Europe, we are. But in the United States, clocks have shifted forward. I believe for daylight savings. Yep. So we have daylight savings now. We're not going back on it. Yeah. So
We'll catch up. We'll catch up with them in March. End of March, sorry, is when our clocks change again.
Hunter says, big issue with Warner Brothers licensing and their Nemesis mechanic. Yeah, that was weird. They were like, oh, we own the Nemesis system. It's like, what other games are you guys going to use that for? Like, really? Like, so that was always a strange thing for me, that focus on that. But I know Hunter's been playing AVP 2 for his first time recently, and he's been streaming that. So be sure to check him out on Twitch, Mr. Zeno96. And do you still stream on TikTok as well, or have you switched to Twitch? I tried streaming AVP2, but it didn't work out for me.
Oh, so is Zeno 96 Hunter?
Yes.
Okay. So Hunter says Tom Woodruff Jr., Trevor Newton, is it Newland? And Michael Bean are coming to Phoenix in July for Mad Monster. Can't miss that one. Talk about conventions.
Yeah, Michael Bean was here at Salt Lake FanX last year.
Oh, I've dropped out your party.
But I had already met him at Monster Palooza in California, so...
What do you get, Si, when you go?
Nothing really, man. They're all too expensive. I don't do the signatures thing much.
So what do you do at conventions? Do you get the photos?
Yeah, I'll go around. I'll see the booths. I don't really get the photos either. Sometimes I've just gone up and said hi to people. I've gotten signatures a few times, but we'll do the panels sometimes. We'll just see the cosplay, you know, see the booths and stuff. But the whole signatures, and I mean, I get they're there to make money, right? Like, but it's just so expensive, dude. Like, it's only gotten more expensive.
It's only gotten worse. It used to not be as expensive.
Yeah.
Like, in the past, I used to be fine with, like, a £15 entry ticket, £15 for an autograph, and I was like, yeah, fine, that's a reasonable day
like,
out.
I like you. I don't $80 for you to put your pen on the paper for 2 seconds like you. Like...
Well, I do. Well, did. Not. I'm struggling at the minute. I'm not gonna lie, but. Well, then I'm adding stuff to the cart while you're whatever you're doing.
Did you get the Anubis Predator? Is that what you're adding to the cart?
No, I'm adding up tickets for that convention.
Oh. Well, did you get the Anubis Predator?
No.
You should.
I'm
need to
shit
take
at the
pictures
Predator,
of him.
so. In a bit then.
He's only like $5 because he's the cosplay Predator.
Huh. Oh, somebody else joined that. Mitchell Lawrence says, have you guys seen the new Wolf Predator statue from Prime 1 Studios? Looks impressive.
Yes, I was meaning to do a post on that. I saw they announced both Wolf and Scorched. So
that Scorched looks amazing as well. God,
yeah.
I wish I was fucking loaded because I would genuinely really like that Scorched statue.
I would just get the Hot Toys one because it's going to be like half the price. Well, less than that.
But it's a proper fucking statue.
That's true. And I still need to open my Fireteam Elite Prowler statue for Prime 1.
You brought that and not opened it.
So the box is huge, and I need to do like a massive photo setup where I have a table, I have like proper lighting everywhere. I don't even know if the turntable I have can support its weight, so I might need to buy a new turntable just for that.
Just to take a video.
Yeah.
Intel has his last known whereabouts somewhere in this valley. With such a low profile, hunting him down would be impractical.
But the most expensive alien collectible I have purchased remains the Sideshow King Alien.
We found something important to him, so all we have to do is...
That was like...
500?
No, that was like 1,500 or something.
Oh, fuck!
Yeah. And that one's amazing.
Mitchell Lawrence says, I got a photo with Ian White and a signature for under 50 quid last year. See, that's reasonable. That's 25 for an autograph, 25 for a photo. That's reasonable. But Ian is also the one I didn't have to pay for a signature. Because we just interviewed him. Q&A, not podcast or anything, but we'd just done like an email interview with him. And he recognised me and waved me off when I was paying. And I was like, oh, thank you. Most expensive.
Lucy says, that's insane, Ridgetop, no offense. Well, I do get a little insane about my love of Alien and Predator sometimes, but it's not as insane as I could be. Like, if you've seen their new Prime 1's AVP Predator statues that are like, what, like knee-high or something? They're like 3,000, I think? 4,000?
The thing is, you know, there are people out there who can fucking afford that much shit.
Yeah.
And who do buy it. You know, there's chaps on the Facebook collectors groups with some genuinely impressive and expensive collections. You know, I'm not jealous at all. At all, they said.
Oh, yeah, there's some YouTube walkthroughs you can see where they'll take you through big rooms of their homes with nothing but ultra premium Alien and Predator masks and statues, and I'm like, wow, these guys have more money than me.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm down.
Oh shit.
Hunter says there's literally a guy on TikTok who has a room full of Prime 1 statues and will genuinely tell you how much they spent crazy. Yeah, well, in some regards, for some people, that's just a flex, isn't it?
Yeah.
For me, it's a fucking complaint and a gripe.
But I've always got the impression that Mr. Luis Nostromo seems kind of like
Well, yeah, it must be. Must be first.
he's gonna start his own little museum in Spain. Yeah.
Most I've ever spent was £100 on Sigourney Weaver's signature.
Well, signatures don't count. Like collectibles. What's the most expensive collectible you own?
That Mezco Predator was over 100.
Okay.
If I remember.
You got to step it up a little bit, my friend. You got to at least get yourself your first Hot Toys.
Mate, I can't fucking afford these things.
Get Mr. Hot Toys Scorchy.
I was actually, they weren't Hot Toys, but it was through Sideshow. I was seriously eyeing one of these up, but they had Halo Reach figures through Sideshow, and I can't remember what brand they were, who actually made them.
Oh, he's on me. Oh, we're getting the tryhard prints today. If they're good, they're sweaty tryhards.
5 team members down. Stick to the mission.
So it was 160, a Halo Reach figure from, come on, who's the OEM? 1,000 toys that I was seriously considering, but I still couldn't bring myself to buy. I'm just so stingy.
Did you say you're just so stinky or stingy?
Stingy.
Oh.
Stingy. You're so mean to me.
Hey, you're one to talk.
No, I'm just straightforward, Adam. I'm frank.
Right, right. I'm sorry, boss. I'll keep my mouth shut.
Mr. Lawrence says, I've got Prime 1's Jungle Hunter, Predator Buster, and Ripley statue. I want their scar, but I'm definitely getting Wolf. Make sure we buy us one. We'll share it. We'll ship it between us.
Xander says, I'm surprised Adam hasn't gotten any Prime 1 Jurassic items. I did have one pre-ordered, actually. Prime 1 has cheaper, smaller statues for Jurassic. I had, like, their Giganotosaurus pre-ordered, and that was like 120, I think. But Big Bad Toy Store took too long to get that in, so I canceled that one. But I have started to get some dinosaurs again. Specifically, the non-Mu raptors are like some of the best Jurassic raptor figures ever. Like when I was growing up, I was into like toys and figures and stuff, and the two franchises I got the most of were Star Wars and Jurassic Park. And Star Wars I eventually sold, got rid of. Jurassic Park I couldn't bring myself to do it, so I still have a case of old Jurassic Park stuff in storage. But I've started to get a few more premium items with Jurassic Park. I'm pretty picky and choosy about those, but I'm starting to at least put together a couple display shelves of it. Let's try Clash. So I can at least show off this new Anubis Predator. That was quick. Wow.
Schwip says in Korea there was a restaurant where the basement was like some dude's private collection of movie replicas, and some were like life-size aliens, alien and predator statues, like a mini museum. On that thing, didn't you have a chain that did that? Planet Hollywood or something?
Yeah, that was actually one of my introductions to Alien off the bat, was Planet Hollywood. I would see the occasional prop from Aliens, and they'd have a little screen cap from the movie, and I was like, what is this as a kid? I only knew I was too young to watch it.
It's dropped me.
Uh-oh, you're back out.
I'm backing out. Mitchell says you only live once, get what you love. That mentality leads to crippling debt. I don't think I'm going that way. Although Mitchell also says he's British, we tell it straight.
Okay, it says canceling. It has our smooth sailing with predator hunting grounds ended. Let us hope not.
Xander says, "Ooh, it wouldn't let me quit then. Come on, let me out, bastard." There we are. I'm back at the menu now.
Yeah, I'm trying to
try and join you. Xander says, "I'm repainting a fan-made T-Rex bust right now."
Let me close this party real quick because it is being. Okay, it still says canceling for me. That is odd. Oh, Predator Hunting Grounds doing its thing. Let me just try a quick reset of the game, folks.
Cosmic Hunter says, "I was just telling a friend yesterday that I miss Planet Hollywood."
Yeah, I don't know if there's any left, are there? I know there's the hotel in Vegas, but it's not the same vibe. The one in New York, I'll always remember the one in New York had Boar's brother Predator, and he got moved to Vegas, and I spotted him in Vegas when I was at that Planet Hollywood. I don't know whatever happened to him, but that's where Brother Boar ended up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for you to finish messing around and invite me back in.
Okay, I'm going back in the menu right now.
Schwip says, "Pretty sure the most expensive alien predator thing I purchased was a like new condition Predator South China Sea." Yeah, that is not a cheap book anymore. I'm glad I brought that when it was published, and not £100+ fucking pounds for a used one. I think the most expensive thing I've probably brought was the Giga's Diary, but I don't know if that was just expensive to me at the time or if it's come down in price. Giga's Alien Diary. Because I brought that with the money I came back from Japan with when we went to Tokyo the first time. And I brought fuck all when we were over there.
I sent you
Yeah, that's
another
nice.
invite.
Okay. Yeah, that's not actually looking too expensive. 100 euros.
So with my Anubis build, I changed the default colors to have more of a black and gold kind of thing going on here. Which I think he looks nice like that. I really do like the design. I know people gripe about these cosplay predators, but I've always liked the ancient Egyptian aesthetic, so it is cool to see another one. But we are due for some more movie predators, I think.
I'm trying to join you again.
Okay, he back.
Okay, I'm in. But I don't think Kissel's joined us yet, though.
Okay. Kissel, that's right. I've done Kissel. That's how I pronounce it. Instead of Kissy 3L.
Mitch Lawrence says I still need to get this game and Dune Awakening. Yeah, I was tempted to get Doom Awakening, but I don't think I'd have the time to play it. I'm looking forward to that Atomfall at the end of the month.
Yeah, it's funny. I looked into that out of curiosity, and my girlfriend also checked it out, and she got pretty hyped for it. So I think she's gonna get it. So I need to look into it more myself. Always like to support Rebellion. I do hope they get another AVP, and since Sega's publishing Isolation,
Me too.
I have to hope they'd work with them again. Do I dare try Clash again?
Nah, let's just do a thingy.
Okay.
Caustic Viper says, I hope to one day get to visit the Giga Museum. It looks so amazing. Yeah, that is also my dream. To get there before this decade's over.
It was worth it. It's worth going to that side of the planet. It's much closer for you, too.
I know it is. I know it is. I want to go this within the next 5 years. But my lass and I have done a few too many holidays recently, and I'm like, can we just have a year where we don't do anything, please? I'd like to save some money. Mitch Lawrence says, I've got both AVP books from Titan Books, so that would be Rift War and Ultimate Prey. I think they're the only two that Titan's put out. I still can't bring myself to try Rift War again. But I very much enjoy Ultimate Prey. Sanders says, I was so tempted to get the F-44 AA, but I'm just going to get a kit. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping Chevy will print me that. Because he printed himself a pulse rifle, the M41A, and it's really good. Really good, and I know he found an STL for the 44.
Oh, the Romulus one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Is it Cool Props or Hollywood Collectibles? That's
Hollywood Collect HCG.
Yeah, they're doing a full-size version. I think theirs is like 800, so that's a bit much, but
Mitch says he meant the making of books. Yes, I used to love those books. Titan's making of AVP and AVPR. Reread them many times over the years.
Thomas says, what are your guys' opinions on the Drew Cathy? I like them. I always thought they were another interesting ancient race thing from Out of the Shadows.
Yep. I liked the Predators being shit scared of them as well. Although I'm not sure it really measures up with how we're introduced to them in Out of the Shadows.
Where did it say the Predators were afraid of them?
In Rage War.
Oh, that's right.
How many of these guys
I really did enjoy Rage War.
Yeah.
You know, I know. I had gripes and quirks with it and stuff, but it was actually really solid.
As far as AVP as a space opera goes, it really worked. It's not what I would want to see for the franchise as like a norm, but as like its own thing, it was really awesome.
Agreed.
might lead us to those weapons.
I would like to see the Drew Cathy come back though.
Yeah.
And I suppose in some, I'd really like to see Tim Leben come back.
Yeah, we haven't had a lot of books lately. I mean, Cult's still coming. Didn't that just
Yeah.
get delayed, though?
Yeah, but that always gets delayed. Anything Titan announces, you can add like 6 months onto the release of,
What's out there?
which is fine when they're good. You know, I haven't finished it. I've got like 30 pages left of it, but I can't bring myself to finish it for some reason. But Seventh Circle, I've really been enjoying that. I think it's because I don't want to finish it because I'm trying to write reviews again. So I've started writing a review for Black, White, and Blood.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no, because if I finish this, I'm gonna get all muddled up in my head.
You still need to write a review for Romulus, my friend.
Yeah, no. Oh, ow. I'm gonna do a different piece on it, I think. But I want to get the I'm trying to finish transcribing that last draft of the script I've got, and then I want to do a from script to screen for it and get a video done before I release the scripts, because you know what all the other people will be like.
That is a great idea, man. Yeah, do that, please.
Well, I did that for I did it for the Predator 2 draft that I transcribed for somebody as well. I didn't do it for AVP because I didn't have the time to.
Kissel,
I think
we
Joe
are
wanted to
leaving.
do. Joe wanted to do something on that. I need to hit him up again in a bit.
On the truck.
Welcome, Xenomorph Warrior. Thomas says, yeah, I think the Drew Cathy was a novel concept. It would be cool to see another race
UAV strike.
or above the level of tech with the engineers and space jockeys.
We're everywhere.
Costy Viper says, Seventh Circle was great. Love to see where they go with me.
I think I've backed my limit today.
Did you finish that one, Aaron?
No, that's what I was saying. I've got like 30 pages left to go, but I can't. I just don't want to finish it at the minute until I finish writing a review for Black, White, and Blood. There's just too much to do, brother.
Yeah.
I split spare time between transcribing that script, working on podcasts, prepping for podcasts.
Nothing to shoot.
Ashy Slashy, thank you for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday with your fam.
Predators nearby. Out there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Nice to keep all those guns in one place. Good work, Fire
Come,
Team.
Bluey.
Let's bring you home.
Get to the chopper.
I'm curious to see what Cult's like, though. I'm hoping it's good. And I'm excited by Black, White, and Blood, Predator Black, White, and Blood's announcement.
Second winded. Squip says, I'm having a hard time with Seventh Circle. May's POV as a synthetic is hard for me to square sometimes with how her thought processes are articulated.
Interesting issue. I can't say I felt that way myself. Sometimes I think the synthetic. I mean, it's a problem Eric has, isn't it, with portrayal of AI. Science fiction, I think, tends to lean a bit hard into the humanizing them, which is where I have a little bit of a worry with May, because it's how many times can you tell that Pinocchio story?
Yeah, but I do think that that is an interesting aspect. I mean, we kind of got that with Andy. I think with Call and Resurrection, it was...
Andy wasn't trying to be human, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but he was very human-like in their dynamic and some of his mannerisms. But I think Call in particular, where androids have just gotten that advanced, that even
That's kind of-
someone who is designed from other androids says something like, "Oh, I dream and stuff." So
That's where I think they're going with the May storyline stuff. Is leading into the Auton kind of stuff. Because May is technically an Auton, I guess. Did Davis design it? I think Davis designed it, didn't he?
I think so.
So yeah, I mean, she's technically, I guess, the first Auton. Sarah says, not hard to guess what my favourite part of Seventh Circle is. No, not at all, Sarah, but I won't say anything. Don't want to spoil it for Zella.
Xander says, I heard through the grapevine that they're adapting Colony Wars starring Aaron and Adam. They need to
Why
hire
you
you as a casting director, Xander, and then we would just be in everything.
Stick around, Voodoo. You got 30 seconds and I'm gone.
Take my knife.
He's done
Take
for.
it.
He's done for.
Actually sat there parrying him away. Pusty Viper says, Thomas, out of 10, he'd say 8 is a great read, but like Aaron said, once you're around the ending, you tend to slow down and then read the pace varies.
Pulling us out.
Mine's not so much a comment on the quality of the book, it's more on just me and my workload, in quotation marks. My problem is I have too many things I want to do and not enough time to do it. Or motivation. I added another fucking annoying thing onto my plate earlier because I spun up an idea for a shorter alien audio drama.
How many of these guys are there?
So I've been spinning that in my head.
Calum says, "Heyo, didn't know you guys were streaming early today." Yeah, it's because our clocks changed in the U.S. And y'all in the UK have not changed yet. We have an opening in our squad, though, if you care to join us, Calum.
Xenomorph says, I prefer the Ex Machina take on AI where it's able to take advantage of people's tendencies to overly humanize things to its own end. I have not watched that film for a long time. I don't really remember that one, I'll be honest. Have you seen that one?
Which one again?
Ex Machina?
Ex Machina, the movie?
Yeah.
You've never seen that?
No, I'm saying I haven't seen it in a long time.
Oh.
Can't really remember it.
Yeah, it's been a minute for me as well. I remember it, though. I thought it was a good movie. I was a little disappointed by the ending because it was your cliche kind of, oh, the AI was evil after all, just like you all suspected. But I thought it would have been more interesting if they kind of kept it more gray, like it seemed like the movie was going for off the bat.
Was that Alex Garland?
Yes. And I still haven't seen Annihilation, which everyone says is good.
I really enjoyed Annihilation. I've watched that a couple of times. I want to read the books because that was written by Jeff Vandermeer, who did South China Sea.
Oh.
I've got the first one. I just haven't read it yet.
All right, we're gonna try Clash one more time. Hopefully the game doesn't break. We have been having more luck this time around, though, so that is nice.
No, you don't acknowledge. No, you don't acknowledge.
Okay, I didn't say anything.
That's the first rule of that. It's just like Fight Club.
But I know there are more plans for this game. You know, we have 2 Predator films coming out this year, and I have to imagine they'll try and time some stuff with those. I mean, if you remember, all the Fallout games got a huge player count boost after the series took off, I do wonder if Ilphonic's banking on that, where, they suspect
There'll be a sale.
Will get a burst of popularity around the new media for it, and hopefully the game will be in a better state by then. But it does seem to be improving. I mean, I know the engine change and adding Xbox was probably a big switch for them, so...
Gustic Viper says Annihilation was death crazy. Recommend it, Adam. Xenomorph Warrior says, I think in the context of the alien species we've gotten too far into synthetics are just people route, and I prefer it more grey, like what you said. It shouldn't be so easily defined. Lucy says the AI is just an analog for women in Ex Machina. It's not any different from Alien or Blade Runner in that way, in terms of humanization or class commentary. Thomas says, I know this sounds weird, but I'm kind of mad at myself for not joining AVP Galaxy's forums earlier. So many good conversations missed out on.
Well, it's never too late.
It's never
to
too
join.
late. Exactly.
Thomas, you wouldn't happen to be Thomas Kane from our Patreon, would you?
No Star Dutch, welcome, stopping by for a moment. Thomas says no.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Twitch says, will you guys do an episode on Rogue Incursion? Yes, we will. I intended to do it next week, but I don't think that's going to happen, I'll be honest. But hopefully this month. I'm trying to finish off playing through the game again on the MetaQuest native version, but again, I just haven't time to.
Yeah, I saw they've done a few
really
patches. So hopefully the game is in a bit better visual parity with the other versions, but they probably can't fix it up too much until the MetaQuest 4, honestly.
I need to try the Arkham game because people keep bringing Arkham up as like, if it can look this good, then surely Alien can. So I need to give it a go.
Alright, let's see if canceling actually works this time.
And Thomas says,
oh wow, it did. Okay.
But you guys have a Patreon, question mark? Yes, we do. Adam, what is the link to our Patreon?
So, patreon.com/AVP Galaxy. If you'd like to support what we do, we have different support tier options there you can check out. We are looking to do more perks this year. I'm looking to get some pins made for patrons. And, we put your name on the end of our videos, and you get a special badge on our site, and we are in the process of doing a page on our site that lists all the different supporters.
You know what, I was going to do that a couple of weeks ago, and then I found he had got rid of the old subscriber supporter page. I was like,
why did he do that? We could have just swapped it out.
I was planning to pop them all on there, but
He might be able to restore it if you want to ask him.
Yeah, we should just make a new page. I think I've got a day booked off at the end of the month to just like try and decompress and chill, but I'm tempted to take a week off at some point to just do fun, personal stuff.
I think that's a good idea. I think you need some more fun in your life, Aaron.
Fucking do. I hate my job. No, Stardust says, just finished filming the short film I mentioned last week. Nice. How long do you think you've got on post for that? Kissel says, mark my words, the next Predator game will be developed by Payon, the same guys that gave us pretty fun Terminator Resistance and an awesome RoboCop game.
Top choice for a new Predator game right there. That would be amazing.
Have you seen that Retro Terminator 2D game?
Yeah, that looks cool.
That looks fucking wicked. That was so fun. Rob Harvey says, not too late to become a Patreon. It is never too late.
Thomas
Trip says, I'm waiting.
Sorry, go ahead.
Trip says, I'm waiting for the patch that lets me throw wrenches at the aliens to fight it. You can. There is apparently an achievement for it. Use your welder on an alien.
I need to Try
Daddy
that.
says Predator Hunting
Try
Grounds
that.
could have been the best Predator game, but alas, too much disappointment despite all the fun I've had playing it competitively. Yeah,
Well,
well,
we've still played this game a lot, and honestly, this game helped get me through COVID, so I can never give it too much shit, even though I will give it shit. But I think that the core gameplay loop is still a lot of fun, and so I have more love for this game than I have frustration, even though I do have my frustrations. But I'm glad it's still around. You know, they're still adding more content. They still will add more content, from what we understand. So for it to have outlasted Fireteam Elite, you know, like, surprising. This game came out in 2020.
Always clear.
indeed, we spent a lot of time playing this back then, didn't we?
Yeah.
They can still detonate it remotely.
So, well, I hope it gets something a bit more than just new Preds. I'm always happy to return to this game. It was a lot of fun. We never got a game like this for Predator before. So when this first came out, we were really like enamored with it, I think.
No Starbit says, about to head off later. Thank you for joining us, mate. We'll speak to you next time.
I was going to read this one. Thomas says, yeah, when I get my next job/apprenticeship, I will join. Well, thank you for the consideration. We really appreciate any supporters we get.
Xenomorph Warrior says, would it be funny if your weapons had a chance to jam with all the mud and crap your character slathered on it? Yes, that is something I would genuinely actually really like in the game. It was something AVP Classic used to do as well. The pulse rifle would just randomly jam. And I think that came from a comment in the tech manual, which was around the short control burst things, was the rifle had a tendency to jam and stuff. And I thought that was really funny. And I think within the context of Hunting Grounds, it would make absolute sense for your weaponry to have a chance to jam when you're more covered up.
It's already frustrating enough to take down a Predator in this game.
Yeah, but that's when you quickly switch to the sidearm or whip the knife out or whatever.
There, use that analyzer.
How many of these guys
But we have a few movie Predators we're still missing. Tracker is a big one because they found his mask in the files and he still hasn't been released. There is a Predator Hunting Grounds Discord group which does some data mining, and they found that a new icon and model for the Falconer drone was put in the game in the last update. So that was kind of interesting, because that was something that was planned a while ago. The Shuriken was something that was planned a while ago that there was a model of that never came in the game. So I do think the lawsuit really tripped them up, and they're just now starting to, after relaunching and implementing crossplay and launching on Xbox, they're just now kind of starting to find their footing again. Ilphonic is a small team, and they are juggling this with other games. I know they also just had layoffs, as is the case of the entire industry right now. So I'm just glad the game is still getting support. I hope it continues to become more technically stable, because we've had more luck with it today than we had last time we streamed it. So yeah.
I think, I've always thought the game has a genuinely good gameplay loop. I feel like it feels like Predator, this arcade style thing that then turns quite serious. It just feels so right, and there's loads of potential in it. It's just, it's like I always say, it's a shame everything that happened to them, with the lawsuit knocking things out of alignment and what have you.
No style Dutch. See you later.
Hunter says becoming a patron is worth every penny. It's the most we could do with how much AVP Galaxy supports the fandom. Well, thank you very much, Hunter.
Yeah, I think so.
We try.
Hunter is actually
We really
our
try.
longest. He was our first patron, and he has remained a patron since the day we launched it. So thank
That
you
is very much
very much,
appreciated.
Hunter, our longest supporter on that since we launched it.
Hunter, have you actually been on one of the live recordings that we do? I can't remember if you have.
Nearby. Up to you if you want to make some extra cash.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay.
Slowly pour the stabilizer into the barrels.
Scabby says, yeah, it was unfortunate.
We still haven't seen the Predator
It'll
show
only
up,
take
have
a
we?
few seconds to work
Is
its
he even in the game? Yeah, he's in the game.
He's a lazy Predator.
Xenomorph Warrior says, I would like to see a new game in the style of Concrete Jungle for single player. Yeah, I would really like
Nothing to see here.
a new single player Predator game. Or maybe I should just go finally play through Concrete Jungle all the way through.
That
Not get
reminds
so mardy
me,
about the aliens.
I gotta make the choice about the Concrete Jungle thing, and I gotta share that on Patreon, because that is a perk.
Oh, when's the release date? How long do I have?
A few weeks, I think.
Oh no, please! It's got to be longer than that.
Is it? I think it's April. I think I think it's 2 days before Alien Day.
Fuck's sake! I thought I had loads of time for that. Where have these last 3 months gone? Where's it gone?
I don't know, man. Here in the United States, it feels like time's going a little slower than usual.
That's fine. You'll have to be out hunting for food soon.
Perfect. Nice work, fire team. Bomb is neutralized and you are green for extraction.
We need to get out of here.
Hunter says, Adam, has there been any progress on the AVP fan film you were working on? This must have been 2 years ago at this point. PS, you need to get on Annihilation Project.
Still in development hell, but me and my film buddies are still all on board for that. We have had discussions about it. It's just a matter of getting a time slot to actually get in and start making it. I have talked with the person who would be making our Xenomorph puppet for that, and he's totally down. And he's actually someone who worked on Romulus. So that would be pretty insane if that all pans out. So discussions are happening. It hasn't been forgotten about. It's just it's hard to get everybody with their adult lives, as you know, Aaron.
I'm well aware.
With filmmaking,
I miss being 16 years old and having nothing but free time to work on a fucking nerd website.
Yeah, with filmmaking, indie filmmaking in particular, where you might be making a little money, but it's more passion than it is payment. That's a whole big thing in scheduling. I saw a meme recently that was like, I miss hanging out with you, bro, so much. Let's find a time in November.
Yes, I'm the exact same with my buddies. Yeah.
I hate this adult life.
I genuinely fucking hate it. I'm really identifying with the Peter Pan themes from Alien Earth. You know what? Maybe I'm going to end up really loving Prodigy and Boy Cavalier.
Boy Cavalier. That name still.
It's so stupid.
I do hope that changed that one.
Thomas, you have not got it mixed up. Hunter, aka Zeno96, is our longest,
Man,
first
really
and longest
behind.
running Patreon supporter.
Oh, Predator finally decided to show up. Too late, Predator. Should have come after us earlier.
Cosmic Incubation says, yeah, the amount of stuff that's happened here, it's hard to believe it's only been a few months.
Trust me when I tell you to keep moving and stay together. We have a mission to complete.
But yes, Concrete Jungle's 20th anniversary is coming up, so we will be celebrating that.
Good luck.
I haven't managed to nail down any developers yet.
We gotta get on that.
I know, that's what I'm like, for fuck's sake, I thought I had more time.
It's the pirate.
Because in my head it's still like January.
So those left behind won't be forgotten.
Yeah, it's April. Oh god, okay. Alright.
Thomas asks, or they were asking Kissel, what would be the best way to make a Predator game work? I think I could see a semi-open world as a Predator a la Metro Exodus, but I don't know how it would work good as a human. You know, I will always go back to the event they had at Ghost Recon Wildlands and how cool that was, and if they could somehow extend that concept and turn it into a full game where you had to fight multiple Predators, but you were also in an open world area and there was like a guerrilla thing going on or something like that would be cool, I think.
They just need to embrace the open world format. It is begging. Predator is begging for open world. But of course then that's more intensive development resources and all that kind of fun stuff, and I don't know if Predator's still... I don't know if it's got the appeal to developers to sink that kind of resources in, which is sad.
Mike's Monsters, welcome to the stream. Says the daylight saving, the daylight did not save me time. I have slept in too late. Yeah, I woke up later than I expected as well for the same reason. And we've had a number of UK and European folks be like, "Oh, you're streaming early," because your clocks have not changed yet, Aaron.
End of the month. End of the month.
Okay, but thank you for joining us, Kissel. I saw you had to bounce from our squad there, but we will keep going.
Daddy says, I need an open world Predator game. Right there with you, brother. Right there with you. Or sister. I don't know. I apologise.
Sizzy Bubbles, welcome to the stream, says daylight savings fucked me too, lol. Yeah, it's always a little trip up, but I do prefer the longer days that we get in the summer. That is nice. I like the sun to go down not at 5 or 6 p.m., but
yes,
at 8 or 9 p.m. or later.
You know what? I've been enjoying waking up in the light and coming home in the light. That always fucks me up over the winter.
Years ago, the local government invested in the hydroelectric system.
Rob Harvey says, wait, have you gained or lost an hour?
We lost
So
an
it's
hour.
an hour. Yeah.
So we moved forward.
Thomas says, do you guys think Alien vs Predator would work as a tabletop game like Warhammer? I could see it. Damn fucking right it could. Yes, there was an AVP tabletop game for a good couple of years, which was manufactured by a company called Prodos Games. They were a Polish company. But when Disney got the license and killed everything that said AVP in the title, they unfortunately lost the license and stopped producing stuff, which was a damn shame. They released it as like a board game like Space Hulk, then with optional rules for open tabletop wargaming, but it was aliens, it was predators, and it was marines. But they did bring out an expansion that introduced some civilians to it, if I remember rightly.
Double time it to the pumping station.
But there's a bunch of other like alien tabletop games with minis. So Gale Force 9 did Aliens, Glorious Day in the Core, which is kind of a remake of the Leading Edge one, where it's scenarios from Aliens. What else was there? There was the Fate of the Nostromo, but that was more of a board game kind of thing. The RPG is bringing out miniatures to go along with the second edition.
Get down.
Bricks.
Convicts and Mercenaries, the Xenomorph Warrior says. Yeah.
How many of these guys are there? Cut back my limit.
You can still find them on the secondary market though, Thomas. I don't know how much they go for, unfortunately. I brought most of mine when they were being released.
Rob Harvey says... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm not a very good painter. So I haven't done a lot of work on my minis.
Rob Harvey says... now I remember. Spring forward, fall backward. Yeah, that is a good way of remembering. I know some people want to get rid of it. I personally think you should just make it permanent and have longer days throughout the whole year.
How many of these guys are there?
Mike's Monster says, watching my clock switch to 3 a.m. last night when I went to bed at 2 a.m., knowing very well the time change was coming, still threw me off. Yeah. Our biological clocks are finicky like that.
Get on the pump controls and try to initiate depressurization. It's gonna make some noise, so prepare for hostiles.
Spotted him.
Voodoo, stick to your mission. You wouldn't believe me if I told you what's out there.
These guys are there. That's my limit today. There. How many of these guys are there?
No. So somebody was asking earlier about the Texas trip. Somebody new.
Oh yeah, it was cool. It was definitely worth going out there. Austin is a nice city, and that experience was a very well put together little tease. I do wish it was a little bit more expensive. I would have liked to have seen like a full Alien stand-up or something, but for an immersive little walkthrough, I really liked it. It was cool to see the wreckage of the ship and start getting a vibe of the series, at least for their more alien feeling side of things. So yeah, I'm curious. They said they're going to do a few other events after this one. We have no details on those, so I'm wondering if they'll just be a repeat of this one, or if they will kind of be themed a little differently from different elements of the series.
You'd kind of hope so, just to keep things different.
Yeah, definitely. Whoa, he's here. He's here.
I probably wasn't.
Trap him in here. Oh man, he got us all down there.
Did you see the guys who had worked on the animations and commented on the boards?
I did see that, yeah. They said there was, like a different alien model for the show is done for marketing? I mean, I have to imagine if there is a different model, they're both based on the same wedded design, right? Because we did see our first little tease of that in the show reel again, and it looked like the exact same design.
Yep. Just that's apparent.
How many of these?
Did he just get second winded then?
Yeah. He was hiding under this for some reason. I don't know why you're healing right here, buddy.
Is he still there?
This is the OWLF. You have encountered a classified anomaly that must be taken into our custody. Hold your position and protect the body at all costs. We will see that you are amply
Oh, I've priced everything up for that convention. It's about £500. Makes me want to cry. Makes me want to cry, Adam. I know a bunch of folk are going to it though. I think Sarah, did you end up buying tickets? And the Whaling Yutani
How many
Bulletin
of these guys are there?
folk are going. I always think we need to be a bit more better covering convention appearances and stuff. You used to just post them on the board.
I did some San Diego Comic-Con coverage and some.
No, I meant like posting announcements of like guest appearances.
Oh, I gotcha.
Because I think that's something that our group is interested in. You know, our fandoms. Sarah says I'm close with the photo group. Now on offer.
Your bonus will reflect the work you've done today.
Oh, we bagged us a predator, boys.
We certainly did.
Boo.
Bidaboo, baboo.
Alright, Aaron, we're gonna try it one more time.
Flash.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. But I think we are gonna have a bigger Alien Day this year than we had last year. Because
We best.
they're already having more fan engagement with the show than they did with Romulus. And I have to imagine, just like Rogue Incursion was announced proper, the Fireteam Elite sequel will be announced proper Alien Day. If it's not, then I would actually legit start getting worried about the game at that point, given how long we've known it to be in development now. Same thing with Jurassic Park Survival. If there's nothing on that come Jurassic June, then I would be like, okay, what's going on with this game now, guys?
Still waiting for this Isolation remaster announcement as well.
Yep. Yeah, because the leaker who was right about pretty much everything with the Isolation sequel said that's still coming. They just pushed that back, so the announcement back.
Thomas says, have either of you two played that new Alien mod for Half-Life?
I've
No,
not.
what's this? Link in the comments, please. So what I did play recently though was that was a custom thing for AVP Classic that the AVP Unknown Boys did, where it was like an adaptation, not an adaptation, that's the wrong word. It was a remake of the first Marine mission for the Jaguar, but on AVP Classic, which was pretty cool. Hey, what else did they do? Oh, they did a trilogy. Or somebody did a trilogy first mission remake as well for AVP Classic. Those guys have been putting out some new maps recently, which has been cool.
Here they come.
Damn. Caleb says the Isolation remaster probably won't come out until Isolation 2 is further down the development pipeline.
Well, I think that same leaker did say that they were a bit further along than they were letting on.
Yeah.
Like, some of the systems had been built already. So I still think it could be possible, finally get to play Anubis, that we could see the Isolation sequel as early as late 26, 27. Could be later than that, but it's possible. So I would expect the remaster this year or next year. Now I gotta remember how to play the Predator. Okay. I haven't tried this new pistol yet, which I guess operates a little differently.
Behind you, Adam. Nice. Hunter is asking if there's any news of fan gatherings for Alien Day in the States.
I don't believe so. And I don't think... Have we ever hosted a fan gathering, Aaron?
No.
I've thought about...
I would love to organise some sort of mini convention or event or something like that. I have so many fucking ideas for things that could be done on one of them.
I would fly out to the UK for that one. And
you'd need a lot of upfront capital.
yeah, I was thinking about putting together a panel for Salt Lake FanX, but I just think, even though Salt Lake FanX is bigger than you might suspect, Salt Lake is not one of those cities where it would be easy for a lot of people to meet up, I think. So, I mean, for a panel, it could still be interesting, but for a meetup, I don't know if it would be the ideal choice. I know you get a lot of Colonial Marine cosplayers at Dragon Con in Atlanta. Like, that's something they specifically do a good bit.
You get a lot of Colonial Marine cosplayers everywhere. Such an iconic piece of costume design.
Xenomorph Warrior says, can you guys add a tip option for the Patreon? I don't know, we're still relatively new to Patreon. Is that a thing? I know there's like tipping on YouTube and Facebook Live, and we're still kind of figuring that out. But I did not know if that was a thing on Patreon, so we'll have to look into that.
Or the monetary, you know my thoughts on all that anyway.
It was only because Deet was on my side that we even got to do any of that, I think.
I don't like it, you know, I never have.
Well, we always try and, like... I will say it does genuinely feel like some channels... They overdo it with the sponsored plugs. Like, midway in the video, they'll have, like, 2 sponsors. And there is a balance to be struck there. At the same time, we are adults, and a lot of things demand our attention, and so to be able to put the kind of energy we do into this thing, the support helps a ton. The older we get, honestly. So I think that's a factor there. But I agree with you. It should never feel scummy. It should never feel like we are trying to get people's money, you know. Casper, welcome to the stream. Casper.
But, you know, that said, for all my reservations of it, it has been very helpful. Things like just getting you to 2 events, you know?
And it's made podcast editing for you
3 events.
a hell of a lot less stressful as well.
Yeah. Although the fucking softwares I'd have in Amadi, the last one I tried to upload the process, didn't work.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I emailed their support, but there's not any response.
Good luck with Adobe support. Adobe.
It's not Adobe. It's not Adobe.
It's not?
No, it's a different tool.
Sizzy Bubble says, no sellouts. And Caleb says, thankfully you can more easily hold your attention now with Shillolax? Shillolax, give us your money. It was fun after Prey, though, because that was the first time I think we genuinely got those kind of accusations that we were being Disney shills. Because it was the first major project under Disney, and I remember Mike's Monsters.
Oh, I find it hilarious.
We're very hyped about it, so we just kind of went along with it and like played along with it. But we very much loved that movie and were super hyped about it when it first came out. And I could definitely understand after The Predator there was hesitation for people thinking it could be as good as it was before it had the wide release.
Fucking love that film.
Yeah.
I fucking love Romulus as well. I'm a happy fan at the minute in terms of film quality. Caleb says we're paid actors. Paid? We're getting paid? Casper says, how are you guys doing?
Oh, good, good.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Better than I would be if
always...
this game
didn't work
today.
Yeah, yeah, that would have been annoying. I'm always good when I'm on with my birds, chatting to all you guys, girls.
Mike's Monster says, God forbid some Predator fans love a new Predator film. Nope, it's all shilling. It also says, I will always take my life with a Disney paid shill actor. I will always take my title of Disney paid actor shill. There you go. Cannot speak today.
I think we just embrace it now.
Yeah.
I just embrace my role as the evil dictator.
I will say at the last Servios event, when they had all the little themed alien hors d'oeuvres and the little face huggers on top of the cupcakes and stuff, I was like, wow, they are really trying to, like, schmooze me up here. And so that was an interesting balance to strike with my last editorial there, where it's like, hey, I had a good time here. The demo wasn't great, though.
But the event was cool. My big issue with the MetaQuest version is the lighting on the aliens. It's just not great. Yeah, they just look weird when they get lit up. Oh, Adam, I tried to watch Ghost Ship yesterday.
Oh, that's a good horror movie.
I fucking got so bored after about 20 minutes.
I mean, it's a bad movie, but it's a good bad movie.
I'd heard good things about it, so me and Meg were looking for something horror to watch yesterday, and we made it about 20-30 minutes into a couple of things. We were like, no, this is boring.
I remember enjoying that one.
I always remember the opening scene. And yeah, I was like, we just sort of looked at each other, going, "This is boring."
Yes, concurring with what Mike's Monster said. Thank you very much, Cosmic Incubation, who hooked us up with these awesome splatter, was it glow in the dark Prey vinyls? I think that were a limited edition that you could only really get at this one festival in Texas. So, again, really appreciate that.
Did you see the speaking of the vinyls and stuff, the emails going around about the isolation vinyls and cassette?
Finally going out. Looking forward
to
those.
It's only been 5 months. I don't remember. I didn't remember if they'd told us how long it was going to be, but I was like, Jesus Christ, I'd forgot about these. I had genuinely forgot I'd ordered this until that email. Barry says there's a reason why my top 3 Alien films are Alien, Aliens, and Romulus. I will add Alien 3 in there, but I agree. I love the OG trilogy and Romulus, all the same.
Wild to think that next year will be the 40th anniversary for Aliens, so I am sure to finally find my opportunity of seeing that one in a theater.
Still think it's mad you guys don't have more, you know, smaller cinema chains doing random showings like that.
I mean, it'll mostly be like art house cinema stuff that'll show those. and you do have more of a scene of those out in LA. I mean, Salt Lake has a little bit of one, but I mean, I flew out to LA specifically to see Alien 3 on film, and it was totally worth it.
Oh yeah, I bet. I've been to London a good few times to see the various showings of various Alien films in the Prince Charles cinema. But that's my dream, though. I don't know if I've ever told you that. Like that is my dream. Would be to own a little small cinema and run it, and then inevitably go bankrupt after 2 years.
Sending coordinates to the general search area. Given its value, the tech is likely being tracked. Something I hope we can turn to our advantage.
How many of these guys are there?
Yes, I do wish Alamo Drafthouse was in Salt Lake City. I went to the ones in Denver, which were really cool.
Set up the mobile
Haven't been to the ones in Austin. I know the original is in Austin. I don't know if that location is still around. And they opened one in LA, which I've been to that one, and that one's really cool as well. And Alamo Drafthouse really themes up their screenings. And they'll have like themed food and stuff, and themed merch, which they had for Romulus. And I had a friend pick me up some of that, so I do really wish we had an Alamo Drafthouse in Salt Lake. Xeno96 says, unfortunately, one in Phoenix has closed down. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, if I had an Alamo Drafthouse and lost it, I would be heartbroken.
Look, we need to get out of here.
Mitch Lawrence says Riverside Studios in West London, Hammersmith and Fulham. Our London Borough plays anniversary films. See, that's cool. The bigger chains started doing it over here as well. Yeah, it was when we were all opening up from COVID. They started putting loads of old films on. And each time someone's put on a showing of like Starship Troopers, the OG, I've not been able to make it, and it kills me.
Oh. Yeah, I've never seen that one in the theater.
One of my all-time favourite films, the original. And the sequels are guilty pleasures to me. All of them.
The crate should be nearby and well guarded.
Tell you what, I'm really enjoying it at the minute though. Reacher.
Reacher? I haven't watched it.
I absolutely fucking love that show.
I've always been more of a movie guy than a series guy. I mean, occasionally I'll watch series. But I've heard good things about that one. There's some people I know that are into that one.
Really, I've ended up buying one of the books to add on to the to-read pile. Because I never really enjoyed the films.
No Predator on this one.
That key should disarm intrusion countermeasures on the crate.
All contacts eliminated.
I have no idea what would happen if the disarming process...
Hunter says, and don't forget the talking policy. What's the talking policy at the draft
So,
house?
Alamo Drafthouse is very aggressive in throwing out disruptive people. Like, they had a whole marketing campaign,
Damn right.
which was angry phone calls of people who had gotten thrown out for talking or being disruptive. So, they were kind of known for that. But it's kind of funny because they're also, like, sneaking into the theater ninja style and taking your orders for, like, big food orders and beer orders and stuff and bringing all that. So it's like, I mean, they are really good at that. So I guess they figured that is the tolerable level of disruption, but anything like talking during the movie, they throw your ass out very quickly.
See, that was always one of the thrills of working at the cinema. Was when people were being punts and you got to go in there, being bad people and you got to go in there and throw them out.
I think a lot of times it's just avoided here. You know, people don't want the confrontation. Because then you have to leave the movie, you have to say someone's being disruptive. And then who knows if
that's what the people
teenager
who come in
that's
are supposed to be
working...
checking for.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's not much of a problem here in Utah. Like, I haven't... I mean, there was one time, because we only have one real cinema pub in the state called Brewie's. And it's cool, but it is a bit dive bar cinema, and people forget, like, the bar is out there, and the movie theater is not the bar, and so... There was one or two times there where people were being disruptive, and I literally had to be like, hey, shut the fuck up, you know? But overall, it's still a good venue. It ain't no Alamo Drafthouse, though, unfortunately. So, for my art house cinema needs, I have to do Salt Lake Film Society, and they're actually really great. They do an awesome Halloween lined up of different films and stuff, so I'll try and make
Solid
that.
copy, Voodoo. Chopper inbound. Plan spotted. Moving in on the intruders.
Mitch Lawrence says they played Blade Runner with the orchestra store alongside the film last year. They're doing the same with Labyrinth in the summer. Yeah, that sounds like a good opportunity there. I really enjoyed Aliens Live when I got to go watch that, where it was aliens with a live orchestra playing the score.
Yeah, I did that by accident for Jurassic World. Because I did not know it would just be live orchestra with the movie. I thought it would be like greatest hits from the Jurassic franchise or something like that. But it was a cool experience. I would like to do that again with a better movie.
The thing that I found annoying was Jim Cameron and Gail Hurd came to the showing after the one I was at. Came out as like a surprise at the end of it. Literally the showing after the one I went to. I was like, yeah, that's about right. That's about typical. But they've started doing a lot more of those kind of showings as well. They're doing. It's gonna sound random given we're an Alien and Predator podcast here, but they're doing How to Train Your Dragon that I was really tempted by, with live orchestra for that. Because I really like the score for How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, that is a good score. And there will be a lot of it at the new Universal Studios, I'm sure. Because that has like the How to Train Your Dragon themed land coming.
Is that the one? Pardon me. Is that the one, the park being built over it?
No, that's Universal Great Britain. That's still a few years out. I think they're on the final stages of approval for that, but that'll be really cool as well. But it's Universal's Epic Universe, which opens this summer in Orlando, and it's the first major theme park by Disney or Universal that we've got in the United States since Disney's California Adventure in the early 2000s. So it's pretty big in terms of like people who are into theme parks and stuff. Cosmic Incubation says, one of my favorite things about moving to Austin is Alamo Drafthouse. The Austin Film Society shows lots of good art house stuff too. So maybe you would know, did they get rid of the original Alamo Drafthouse location? I mean, I have to imagine Austin probably still has a few locations.
He puts in another clash or a hunt?
Just another hunt.
Okay.
Calum says they've been doing team member previews of Epic Universe this week, and Monsters Unchained has been getting raves. Really got me more excited to ride it. Yeah, it looks like one of the coolest dark rides ever. Which, horror dark rides are kind of my favorite as well, so very stoked for that one.
Sounds right up your street, that does. Hasn't loaded you into the game, that's loaded me in.
Cosmic Incubation. Oh, you do it.
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine.
Cosmic Incubation says, I believe like the very, very first location is long gone, but there's one or two that have been around for a long time. And I know Sony bought them out, right? and there was a lot of concern about them maintaining their identity. Maybe it was during COVID that the original one shut down. Because I think there was some law that prevented major studios from owning theater chains that is like not a thing here anymore.
I think most of our cinema chains are owned by German companies.
Yeah, your big ones are Odeon, Cineworld. Although I guess Cineworld and Regal are the same company because we have Regals over here.
I didn't know that. We have Showcase as well.
I think so. I know Regal has like a British brand that's a different name, and I think it might be Cineworld.
Well, they've been closing down a bunch of locations. I think they've closed like 30 places down recently. Although they were the first ones over here to do, first big chain to do what I love, and that's the Cineworld cards, where you pay so much money a month and you get unlimited tickets and so much money off of food and drinks at cinemas, and so much money off food and drink at participating restaurants and what have you. Out View as well, yeah, Thomas, I forgot about View. I've seen Alien stuff at View quite a few times because I normally ended up watching Alien Day showings at their cinema in Meadowhall in Sheffield. They even did. They even showed the trailers for the audio dramas on the big screen at those showings, which was cool. I always liked when they did the trailers for the audio dramas. I remember the what was it? It was like a miner's personal logs thing for Out of the Shadows, and then there was a cool like a chest burster inside a body for River of Pain.
Oh.
The problem I have at the minute is I'm not that interested in a lot of films on at the cinema.
Yeah, there's a lot coming later in the year that I'm looking forward to. Not much lately.
I think the only things I've seen this year have been Nosferatu and Captain America.
I haven't watched Captain America. I heard the reviews for that were kind of middling. I watched Nosferatu at home.
And I thought Nosferatu was fine. Neither particularly excited
was
me.
Pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
although if you're gonna say choose a Dracula movie to put on, I'm always gonna say Bram Stoker's Dracula by Francis Ford Coppola, hands down. But
I really want to watch the Voyage with the Demeter.
Yeah, that one actually does. Oh, I thought you. Sorry, I thought for some reason I was confused there. Mickey 13.
Oh, that's coming out. I really want to see that.
Yeah, Thomas just mentioned that. But yeah, Last Voyage of the Demeter looks interesting. I've been meaning to watch that because I've heard it described as Alien on a pirate ship. So
yeah, I can't remember if it ever even came out over here.
Mike, that is starring Robert Pattinson, the director of Snowpiercer, right? And the host.
Yeah, it's oh, I can't remember how to pronounce his name. Is the guy who was talking recently about joking recently about wanting to do an Alien musical.
Yeah.
Is it Bo who something?
Bong Joon-ho. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Oh, he was making a
no,
joke.
Bong Joon-ho.
Sorry. Over my head, Mike.
Xenomorph Warrior says, I like the first half of Nosferatu more than the second half. Yeah, that's where I'd agree as well. Like, I thought it was okay, but it was overly long, and the last half of it I thought was a bit meh. No, I'm very much looking forward to the Mickey one.
I still haven't seen Dracula Unchained, which wasn't that like their first attempt at Dark Universe?
Yes, yeah, that's right. Has the game just crashed for you?
Oh, did it?
Are you
crash
even
for
in
you?
that game?
No, I was putting us back into matchmaking. Did it kick you?
Oh. No, I was in the game. Hang on,
Oh.
let me join you.
Fun.
Well,
Well, at
it
least
says
two
now, what
worked
are
a
you
little
doing
better.
in the shadows? I love the show. The film,
I
the
liked.
film is okay.
I liked the film, and when I was in California last, person I was staying with put on the series, and I ended up watching like half the first season in one night, and it was really good.
It's brilliant. I don't think I've watched the last season. I think there's a new season that I haven't got around to yet, but the 4 that I've seen, fucking hilarious, because it's what's his face from a load of British stuff as well. I can never remember his name. Calum is the Clan Fandango. Oh, Toast of London. What's the actor's name?
But yeah, I know who you're talking about. He is pretty funny. Sarah says, "Do you mean Dracula Untold?" Yeah. Did I say Unchained? I was getting my brain wires crossed with Universal's Epic Universe because their ride is called Monsters Unchained. But yes, Dracula Untold is what I meant.
That chat's corrected it. Well, giving us the answer here. Matt Berry. Yeah, I fucking love him. He was hilarious in IT Crowd as well. And Doug Jones as well in that as the Baron. I might have to rewatch that. Sarah says, I was gutted there wasn't a sequel. I assume to Dracula. I never watched that one either. The Universal remakes and reboots, I don't know, I just never had a good impression of them.
Yeah, it seems like the Lee Winnell ones, I don't know if that'll keep going now after Wolfman.
Which is a shame, because Lee Winnell did some good horror stuff. Didn't he work with James Wan on a bunch of, like, the stuff like Insidious and...
Yeah, I mean, I know
all those.
he acted in Saw. That's where I was first familiar with him from. But yeah, I know he's like a longtime friend of James Wan's. Trying to think of what else he's directed, but yeah, I think he's done some of the Insidious stuff.
Casper says, do you think we're going to see a Predator in Alien Earth?
No, but it was pretty funny that was legit a Predator clicking sound in the little clip there, and I think that was just a marketing goof is what that was.
They were just like, let's find some jungle ambience to throw in this quick brief shot of them in some greenery. Look at hilarious they were.
Yeah.
Or are they secretly winding up for that inevitable AVP?
Maybe it was Disney mandate, and you guys need to throw in a Predator show at some point.
How many of these guys are
Still
there?
think we're closer than ever to actually getting something.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. I mean, with Fide, Dan, and the head of 20th Century Studios talking about AVP, it's bound to happen.
Predator's down.
Cut back my limit.
Yeah, he's around.
I think we're in with a bot, aren't we? Yeah.
Mike's Monster says, we are right around the corner from an AVP something. Oh, do you know something, Mike? Everybody bug Mike, he knows something?
Xenomorph Warrior says an AVP black, white, and blood would be a strong way to bring it back. Damn fucking right, my friend. I have really high hopes for the Predator one, especially because of how much I love the Alien one.
Progress. Connection's not secure. Should expect company.
Caleb says you know it too, Adam. Why are you holding out on me,
Do I?
brother?
What? What are you talking about?
I'm reading the flatline. Keep it together, Voodoo.
You all dead?
Yeah, it's all on you now.
How many of these
Good luck,
guys
soldier.
are there?
Well, aren't we just fucked?
Knife them all. Oh. Oh, nice, 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 nice. Not as hopeless as I thought. You gotta go after it.
I'm not gonna make it.
You gotta kill him.
Oh. Okay. No, leave me alone.
You're letting him heal, man. Now he's gonna take you out.
You won't, because I just knife him again.
He's giving you the runaround.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe I won't knife him.
Fire team, are you okay? I'm reading flatline.
Thomas says AVP dating sim.
Please respond.
I would not be opposed.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I know about the cosplay that goes on in your house. We all do.
Oh, that's not true. What are you talking about?
Adam and his fetish for predator females.
And on that note, it's about 2 o'clock U.S. time. So I think that's
Are we
gonna
winding
be,
up?
I think that's going to be it for us today. But thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Glad this stream went off without a hitch for the most part. So,
Don't
yeah.
think we had a problem at all there, did we?
Well, I had to restart the game that one time. But,
Okay, right.
but yeah, we should be on this game more this year. Hopefully it does get some more sizable content than Anubis here. But Anubis is pretty cool, so... Anyway, you can always find us on our website, avpgalaxy.net. We are also on all the major socials, Facebook, X, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. We also have a Steam group and a Discord chat if you'd like to join. And
Indeed.
as usual, a big thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you'd like to support what we do at AVP Galaxy, check out patreon.com/AVP Galaxy.
And if you haven't yet watched it or listened to it, I dropped our interview with Jorge Saralegui on Friday, who was the studio exec at 20th Century Fox, who was responsible for getting Alien Resurrection off the ground. It was a very... Thoughts on the film completely aside for everybody, you know, it was a very interesting sort of insight into... the studio process, into the creative process on the studio side, and interesting look at the development of the film as well.
Yeah,
Full stop.
that was a really cool discussion. One of the more interesting. I mean, they're all great, but one of the more unique interviews we've done, I would say.
Definitely. So go give that one a listen to if you haven't already. We've got 2 more in the bag that I need to edit at the minute. We're recording an very large roundtable interview tomorrow on Monday, which will be coming out as well. We've got a review for Rogue Incursion to get sorted. There's a bunch more things we've got coming up as well.
Trying to get the Rogue Incursion team on as well.
Yep, and Alex as well back for another chat about Rogue Incursion specifically. I've got to go find us a Concrete Jungle developer to talk to as well soon.
Oh, and I just scored a big juicy new exclusive that I'm pretty stoked about, so that'll be coming in a bit.
And there's another Alien Romulus person that I've reached out to as well, that we need to sort. So busy on the AVP Galaxy front.
And it's only going to get busier. We haven't even the stuff with the actual shows and movies hasn't even really ramped up yet. So
Indeed, because then we're going to have all those people to hunt down and hopefully talk to.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you again for joining us, everyone. Until next week. Are we streaming next week, Aaron?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, we will see you all later.